Alright, so here's the deal. I have an Age of Sigmar tournament in 3 days and I need to make some gyro-copters to finish out my list. Okay, let's do this. Luckily, I have some spare materials to make these out of. A few of those worthless self-drying citadel paint pots, and some spare lids for my kiddos' fruit pouches. These are pretty great, and they come in 2 flavors, Child-Proof Beyblade and Shrek's Winged Nipple. Perfect for a gyrocopter. 3 of these paint pots are sad, empty, and dry, just like me, while this last green one is unopened and full of a lovely neon snot color. Let's save that one real quick by putting it in a dropper bottle, where paints truly belong. Transferring Games Workshop pots to bottles is super easy. Just open them up, squirt in some flow improver, shake it like you wouldn't shake a baby, and pour it into its new home. Plop on that tight squirt tip, peel off the label from the original pot, and adhere the label to the new bottle. Last up is to put it away near all the other Citadel paints you no longer use now that Pro Acryl is a thing. I'm not a fan of these threads showing on the shorter paint pots, so I hacked them off before putting these pieces together. Glue goes here and here. To make some sweet gyrocopter tails, I butchered a large guard thing from a hair trimmer, and made little tea sandwiches out of freshly grown farm-to-table beads, hair guard slices, and plenty of super glue to taste. I did run out of slices though, and had to opt for a slice of gluten-free wire mesh for the last slice. I quickly glued these Sammies to the copter's backsides using super glue and baking soda. If you don't know already, baking soda makes super glue dry quicker and much stronger. I'm a big fan of tail fans and use some paper clips and knockoff Zelda flavored beads to make some tail rotors. To give the coptas some firepower, I glued on some basic beads to the top, which I think makes them look like little tank turrets. Oh, watch out, these things have holes in their bottoms. Quick, we better cover them up with some gears. I added in some random wires there and here, and finished each tail with a cute little gear. The craftsmanship on this tail was looking a little bit shoddy, so I wrapped a chain around it for good measure. To break up these boring cylinders, I used some small pieces of styrene that were heated up and bent to match the supple curves of a Games Workshop paint pot. These were then riveted in a fashion that I'll explain further in an upcoming video. And I know what you're thinking right now. Hey Nick, didn't you say that the next scratch build you do was gonna have 1 rivet for every like you got on the last scratch building video? And yeah, I mean, I'm working on that, like, right now. And it's gonna be big, orky, and with a whole lot of DACA. Still, I feel really bad for making you all wait so long for that, so I figured out a way to make it up to you. For every like, comment, and subscribe that I get on this video, I'm gonna paint up 5 points of Warhammer models in a speed painting video. I hope I don't regret this. To paint these copters, I started with a black primer, before hitting these with an overall coat of dark metal color. After that, I did a not overall coat with a dusty, rusty brown color. Now it's time to set things loose and hit these all over with some fine hair juice. Hair juice is basically just decanted hairspray. It works as a chipping medium. After it dries, you can add your base coats, baby blue and army green to circumstance. And once that paint dries, you can undry it with some water. Give it a little rub and scrub, and the top coats start to peel away, showing the grungy metal layer below. I painted some details next, including copper and steel metal bits, bluish-greenish wires, and a brighter steel color for the rivets. I used the same steel with a worn-down brush in a stippling manner to bring back some life into the places where the paint has peeled away. After that, I did some simple freehand symbols in white paint, military-themed symbols for the green ones, then I had some fun with the blues. And now it's time for that gouache wash. Gouache is quickly becoming one of my favorite ways to tie paint jobs together at the end and give them a nice, dirty, gritty feel. It's basically opaque watercolors, which means you can slather it on your models, wait for them to dry, and then re-wet them with some water and rub off what you don't want anymore. I like to leave a bunch in the recesses and then pull a bunch of the wash back up where the light would be hitting the model. After the gouache re-dries, I go back in with my base green and blue, mixed with just a hint of white to add some pop highlights to where the paint appears to be chipping. Then I go back in with black and do the same, but opposite, painting the other side of the paint chips, giving them a shadow and somewhat of a three-dimensional feel. Last step was giving all these a bath in some pigment powders. Oh geez, look at my wrist. Okay, I gotta go. Tournament starts in like 3 hours and I haven't printed off my list yet. Here are the final shots. I will see you next time. Huge shout out to all my fantastic patrons for the monthly support. Thank you all so much. It really means a lot to me. And as always, stay healthy and take care. Why am I recording on the 4th of July? There are so many fireworks. There's no way this is gonna sound good.